You ever hear someone talk so much you start to wonder what they're really hiding or thinking? That's what happens when you listen to Darren Macron. He's Bryon Macron's brother and the man who gave two different stories about what happened and why his name just happens to be on a $56,000 American Express account. Stick around because this one, it's not short and it's not simple, but when you hear both interviews side by side, the contradictions speak louder than I ever could. I'm Scott Gardner, former cop, former homicide detective, and former chief of police. I've lived on both sides of the badge, and I don't think people are getting my reference. I've been on both sides of the law. I've seen good cops buried under bad leadership and families buried under lies. This is the infamous ex-chief. We don't chase rumors, we chase receipts. And today, we're digging into the brother that investigators couldn't really quite figure out. So there's two interviews and two completely different stories, and one credit card that might explain them both. This episode's going to be a long one. If you're watching on YouTube, use the search bar to skip around as much as you want. The first interview runs about an hour and 30 minutes, and the second interview about 29 minutes. If you're short on time, pay attention to three things. Darren saying Bryon planned his own disappearance, how he talks when the credit card comes up, and what changes after Bryon's body is found. I think it's important to play the full lengths of these interviews in one episode. I think too much gets lost when I divide things up. YouTube's algorithm really wants you to stay around 40 minutes. I constantly break that. But we're going to try to put all of this in one episode. Again, please feel free to skip along. February 13th, 2017, 8 days before Bryon Macron's body is recovered from Chippewa Lake, BCI and the Medina County Sheriff's Office sit down with Darren at a diner. It's supposed to be an interview. It sounds more like a confession without a crime. He jokes about donuts at first, then spends the next 90 minutes explaining how his brother faked his own disappearance. He claims Bryon wanted to teach Victoria a financial lesson. Calls him street smart but dumb. Says he's alive as can be. And right in the middle of the theory, he drops the first mention of a $56,000 American Express account in his own name. Cut one.
I think it's a lesson to be taught to Victoria because my theory, and this is my theory.
At this point, investigators don't push back. They're still processing the blood from Bryon's office and still holding out hope he might walk back through the door. That hope doesn't last long. 8 days later, February 21st, 2017, Bryon's body surfaces in Chippewa Lake. The coroner lists early decomposition, far too early for a man supposedly missing for 67 days. And with that, the teaching a lesson story sinks. But Darren, he doesn't stop talking. He just changes his story. March 12th, 2017, this is 3 weeks after Bryon's body is found, Darren walks into the Genoa Township Police Department. Now, he's claiming he's the victim of identity theft. He tells Detective Reilly that Bryon opened that same $56,000 American Express account in Darren's name and used it for years. Cut three.
Yeah, 2 times I would get like an email from American Express, and it wouldn't say like an account. It would just say, you know, your account is coming up or something, or hey, you purchased 2 gift cards from Gap like around Christmas. And I would always just forward it to him. And I said, why would they have... He goes, I mean, we both have MSN accounts. He's like, I don't know, maybe they're mixed up or something. But I didn't receive, like, a ton. I mean, probably 5 in my entire life from American Express.
Okay.
So not enough to be like, hold on, this is weird.
He explains how Bryon bought and returned items to keep the card active. Then admits he'd been getting American Express emails for years, and he just forwarded them to Bryon. And once even said, I guess I'll have to pay it off. Cut 4.
I feel like I'm going to have to pay it off.
Okay.
So I don't want to.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like I'm going to have to.
That one line becomes the turning point, because if you're the victim of identity theft, why are you volunteering to pay the bill? Riley doesn't argue, but the doubt is clear. He tells Darren he'll need documentation, verification, and proof. And when he gets it, it doesn't back Darren's story up. Detective Riley emails Medina County's Jim Cartwright. Nothing really came out of it, but American Express says they will not write it off as ID theft because they determined that Darren was the one that opened the account. And Cartwright responds, when someone says, I guess I'll have to pay it off, it makes me believe he knew about the card. Riley closes the chain with, I just don't want to close it based on a 4-sentence witness statement from Darren. Genoa Township didn't buy it, American Express didn't buy it, and even the Medina County Sheriff's Department saw through it. So we're going to, again, play these interviews in their entirety. You're more than welcome to take away from what you want. I do want to say this, I think, is an important part of Bryon's story, only because this is the only debt that I can actually see, this $56,000 debt, and it was being paid. So this is the only debt, when they talk about all these financial issues that Bryon was having. The credit card appears to be some sort of joint account, some joint business, perhaps, that he and his brother were doing. I don't know, honestly. But this is the only actual debt that I can actually find attributed. Now, again, were there some late car note payments? Yes, but again, Bryon was just transitioning from one job to another, and he was waiting for his busy season. He even, Linda Bowers, when she offered him his $20,000 loan, that he didn't need it, that he had the ability to get back in order here during his busy season. So let's get into the first interview. Again, this is an hour and 30 minutes. Then we're going to go right into the Genoa Township interview, which is about 29 minutes. All right, I'm going to skip ahead here. You're more than welcome to see. It doesn't appear that this conversation even starts until about 1:51, 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's the only place I know. It also called. I'm not crazy. Okay. I've driven past her Bill again times. Never eat here.
Well, I think if you hear too much, it looks like me.
I told my car, my gun, okay. And I was like,
Me too.
I was like, how many donuts have you eaten? I just got it 3 minutes ago.
Oh, you don't look like me. You guys, I'm gonna do a board here.
Relative, you came down from court, came down?
No.
Oh.
It was basically for
Okay.
possibly follow to wait. After I started looking into it, at least the Howard post case, I would have any follow up on it.
I thought this was further away from me. I got on the road and I'm like, I'll just get there. I'd rather be early than late. And I'm like, I get here, I think it's like 35, 40 minutes.
Got it.
Yeah, there's one more. Right. I told him, like, I don't know who I'm waiting for. It sounds weird.
Right this way.
Oh, you'll find this stuff fine. Oh, all with money. Yeah, with money. Yeah.
We have to check you guys not
Oh,
today.
I am.
Here's the rules. We're gonna get it.
Thank you. All right. Okay. I won't argue that. I got yours. Okay. Did you stop over my house?
Yes.
I was like, I got home and I'm like, I'm like, I swear I would have, if I would have came home, I would have met you. I think you called my office.
You having fun dealing with Victoria?
Hello there.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
Good.
It's gonna be all in one bill today?
One more.
One more.
Yeah, I got it.
What can I get you guys to drink while you're
I'll have water, please.
water?
Can I do a coffee and a water?
What can I get you to drink?
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. Essentially, I don't know how much, if you talked to Arvin before this.
No.
Essentially what it is we're conducting the investigation, okay?
Okay.
Yes, we talk to Victoria on almost a daily basis. But what we don't have is, you were at the house during around Christmas time. I never got a chance to meet up with you. And essentially now we're starting to do interviews with some of the yelling people we haven't managed to catch up with yet.
Okay.
So what was that? Something just called on? Huh?
Yeah, I don't even know. The range of range for you.
One of the things I want to add is we are assisting Detective Cartwright, which is some of the resources that
Yeah.
the state Attorney General can offer.
Okay.
So I'm just kind of
Yeah.
take some notes and go and
Good.
Yeah. Essentially, that's a different perspective, a different set of eyeballs on it, okay? Now, one of the things that we're hitting on is the fact that you guys, what were the plans between, I know you were up for Christmas. Were you going to go up for Christmas before all this went down?
The Friday, so this happened, say, on 16th.
Right.
This is the first year we lost my mom.
Okay.
This was our first year that we said we're going to make this is the way Christmas is going to go through the year. So the Friday before Christmas, we were having my dad's meeting. So we were both meeting at my brother's. At that point, because then my dad can still have Christmas by himself. We're driving home. We're spending the night Friday night. Saturday, we're driving home, which would have been Christmas Eve.
What do you mean Christmas by himself?
My dad. What can my mom do?
Okay.
My dad did not want to. He didn't want to do Christmas. He wants to do it for the girls, but then on Christmas Day, he doesn't want us driving up to have that whole hang out. And this was his first Christmas away.
Okay.
So he was gonna have his own Christmas.
was the loss of your mom, son?
Kind of sudden, but not second. February 4th, we found out she was pregnant. By March 26th, that day, the 4th, she never went uphill. It was straight down. And
What kind of cancer was it?
lung cancer.
Lung cancer?
So, and I think at that,
Going to be tough.
yeah. You think of the 47 years married, and 10 years before that. I mean, this was his wife.
How was your brother?
Like everybody, because he's like the man of the house. Still,
Your brother?
Yeah.
Was your brother the oldest?
yeah.
Give you a few minutes to look at the menu?
I'm not eating. I'm just having some drinks and
I think I'm just going to have water, thanks.
we'll make your life easy. We're gonna chit chat. Thank you. I think Bryon, Mr. Tucker, he'll hide his feelings, but yes, it hurt. It hurt me. It hurt. But do I want to stop and cry in front of them? And we want to be strong for my dad. I mean, for anybody, it was hard. So it is still hard.
Did Bryon help with the state of your mom, or was it one of those where just dad took care of it all?
No, Bryon was there. I was there. We drove up. So from February, thanks. We found out. We had from February until March. I took off usually every Wednesday and every Friday from work to stay home. Because at one point my dad was there by himself, and they started. I mean, when we went downhill, she couldn't do anything on her own. And my dad, he needed a break. You can see that it was just in his mind. Like, go to lunch. Go get your hair cut. We'll be there.
Okay.
But yeah, he was there also.
How would his business been doing up to this point?
I have no idea. His business, his diamond, I know nothing of. I bought wedding rings from him, but I know when he was over my house, he was on the phone. I got this invoice, I'm sending it out. No idea.
How long was he into that?
Yeah, I mean,
Gemologist.
I have no idea. I was going to say no. I think that he's been selling diamonds since high school. He used to work in like Rogers Street, where he's like in the.
To your knowledge, did he ever have any close friends?
I mean, the Carmine, the Jeff Hunt, everybody in this industry. Like Carmine was the right-hand man I would go to.
Or his first name? Or
Yeah, the first name. I don't know.
It was like Denoya or something like that?
Yeah, I have it if you need it. It's on Facebook. Carmine, Jeff Hunt, they were pretty close. Like Jeff Hunt, Bryon brought Jeff. He was a single dude, and he had a great job. He flipped his mind. Jeff did. Quit the job, did his own thing, and like moved back to his parents. I mean, he's 40.
what do you mean he flipped his mind?
Like, just couldn't take it anymore. He decided to quit work. I mean, oh no, neither. Just he's the stress. I guess maybe he didn't like the job, but Bryon, it was a good paying job. It was a nice job to have. So,
Any close friends outside of the industry?
that I would know, like a Dave Mazzio is the only. I mean, like he had his high school friends, like Rick Marlette, people like that, but I wouldn't know any. No one that I would think that Bryon is buddy out. I only saw Bryon maybe monthly. You know, we talk here and there, but we wanted, the girls start getting older, so we wanted to kind of meet up with them a little bit. But we would actually meet up with the girls more than we meet up with Bryon and Victoria.
Okay. Why's that? Why is that?
Well, we I take the girls they always pick a weekend. Like Maddie and Mia go, and they come down here. So the whole weekend we go to Beasley Bay. Like we went to they always have a weekend ready. So it's kind of whatever they want to do, this is their weekend. One thing we always did, Alex got a little bit older, so I dropped her off. And
How old are your kids?
first,
Your kids.
I don't have kids. No, these are Bryan's kids. So I take them for the weekend and hang out with them. Bowling to ice cream to, it's an expensive weekend. I realize that they don't
Talk to the girls much?
Yeah, just like social. Alex more because now she is, I don't know what she is. So she's 15 years away. She came over twice now. I'm like, bring your laundry. I don't, should I bring your laundry? I lived in college. I understand. Okay.
Alex has her own car?
Yeah.
How often do you see her when she's going to college?
To do what?
How often do you see her when she's going to college?
Now it's twice.
Twice a week?
No, twice then. So then we dropped her off maybe beginning of January. It was after Christmas. I would say maybe like January 5th. I've seen her twice. She came over, and then she came over for Super Bowl. We told her, like, we don't drink. And I'm like, listen, I know it's not a fun party, but we're having pizza and wings and stuff like that. And she was like, no. That's when she brought her clothes for the first time.
Well, you're married, correct?
Yeah.
And your wife, see?
At least so.
What do you think?
I have a different theory than
That's why we're here.
Victor. I don't think he's hurt. I don't think any of that. I believe Bryon has this planned from day one. I don't know for a reason.
No, what's your gut reason?
Probably financial. I think in my mind, to be the man of the house. I think Victoria, even today, Victoria doesn't have a mindset that there's a budget and there's so much money you can spend in a day. I sat down with Victoria over the phone, did a 5 minutes on mortgage, car payment, and this, and they were already over what was coming in. We haven't even touched on gymnastics, horseback riding, all the other things.
And Bryon would just go along with the program.
I believe he would do anything for the kids, and I think whatever it took. Vic just started working about a year ago.
Now she's saying that she's working to put Alex through college.
So Alex is on her second year of college, and Victoria's on her first year of work, technically. She worked babysitting, that kind of stuff. That's not putting somebody through college.
Did Bryon ever ask you for money?
Yeah.
I'll take your notes, so forgive me.
No, go ahead.
And when was that?
Oh, years ago. Let's say about 10 years ago he asked, and then throughout, I know he asked my mom for money, and that's another thing. If you put my whole theory, it's bull. You can ask me any question, I'll have the answer to that. Bryon Ty, I believe but I believe he's alive as can be.
Do you think he's the lovers?
He's what?
Talk to his daughter?
No. He's staying awake 100%. I say this because Bryon he's dumb, but he's very smart.
Couple things I just wanted to pause briefly. All right. And again, everybody's more than welcome to take whatever they want out of these interviews. All right. But I believe what this platform is about is honestly me. So my interpretation. All right. And again, he's making these, I don't know. He's making these statements and I'm not sure again where he's coming from. And again, anybody is more than welcome to put down in a comment if you disagree with me. I cannot locate any. There are ancillary debts. Yes. Everybody has debts. All right. Mortgages, car payments, whatever. And he hasn't even brought up the credit card yet, but the $56,000 credit card is about the only real significant debt that I can actually see that Bryon has. And again, payments were being made on the card. It wasn't like it was delinquent or anything that I recall. I don't think it was. It wasn't to the point where they were like trying to sue him or anything or collect on it. I do know that. But I had to pause and look back at what he was saying just to recall where I was going. A lot of people will say, it's been brought up recently, a lot of people will say that this interview caused investigators not to go out and search for Bryon. And again, it's important to realize this is within days of Bryon's body being found. So the period of searching for Bryon is well expired, what should have been happening, right? So to make the assumption that I've seen people make that, and again, you can argue with me, you can still believe it or whatever. But my point is the ability to say, hey, this caused law enforcement not to go out and search because of this interview, I believe is totally incorrect and disingenuous, because this is days before Bryon's body is found. They're interviewing this guy. So I just wanted to point that out.
Street smart, but he's book dumb. He can't budget a bill if he had to, which, you know what? It wasn't his thing. Bryon would do anything for those kids. And he loved Victoria too.
What's the purpose behind him hiding that?
I think it's a lesson to be taught to Victoria, because my theory, and this is my theory, take it as you wish, write it down. I believe that he's hiding, and when all this is going down, Victoria can't afford the house. Victoria has $1,200 in 2 cars. In Victoria's mind, Victoria does not think that she is
Hi there.
living out of their means, like equinoxes. Her equinoxes cost more than a BMW and an Audi put together. $50 for equinox. $1,200 for the two cars. That's two cars without adding gas insurance.
Right, they have a stable.
I don't know. I don't know their financial status. Bryon, Victoria, they will always be quiet.
So why do this to teach both of the woman that you love a lesson? I mean, it doesn't make.
I think he might have, in my mind, I believe he probably has brought it up a lot, and it's not sinking in. I'm gonna throw this out there. Day of the 16th. Okay, now Brian's gone. Yes, there was blood and there's flashing and all this other stuff. We'll get to that, but just not buying it. He's a big boy. He's not going down. Why would the car be parked with the keys in the car? Because he doesn't want to damage his own car, but he wants it to be found. That day was Friday was the day he was gone. Saturday was the day they were going shopping for the kids, which is if he's going to spend, let's say, $700 Christmas present for the kids. $700 they don't have. And I think it. Brian could have said, listen, you can't go crazy. This is my theory. I feel that.
But you feel the intent is to stay away from the rest of his life, or
I've been looking up the theory.
I interrupt you.
Yeah.
The daughter comes over, the niece comes over to watch football. Aren't your kids excited about it?
We don't talk about it. We talked about it the first time we got together. Like my wife went to dinner with her. We invited her over. We talk about it all the time. Where we just have. I want her to come over and have a little some fun, not
Court.
Like
I mean, she doesn't.
brought it up.
Does she say what she thinks happened there?
I don't know what Victoria's on her, but in all three girls' minds, there was blood in an office. Probably he's a fighter, but he's a Marine, but he was trying to take care of him. The theory is when all this is taken care of, Bryon will emerge and still look good in front of the school. In front of the school. Say Vicky does it all. Say Vicky dumps a car and he starts learning what $1 costs. I think when that process goes through, when Bryon comes back, he'll have a story. Trust me, it's going to be, oh, you wouldn't believe I was big. I don't know. But when he comes back, it's all, he only perceives kids are going to see. They're going to see that he's
He'll come back and say he was done. Not the respect. Is he a guy who embellishes or has grand?
Oh, he'll have the story upon story. But each story, and I believe that the scenario is laying out that everybody will see a different story. The community will see that Bryon could have been a hero because he took on somebody at the town hall. What's the only thing Bryon loved working at the town hall. He loved like the sheriff's department. Like he loved doing all that stuff. That's why I'm like, why would he do all this to prove a point? Is the point did he need to prove a point? I'm
talking to the father. You're talking about he's got two girls. He's got three girls.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, and he's not worried about the kids or wondering where their dad is or what's going on.
My thought is he'll do anything to protect the girl, but not. He won't look bad in front of the girl after, no matter what happens after all this. It goes on another month, and he comes out of nowhere, pops up. Congratulations, Bryon's home. We're all excited. Yay. Now, what happened? Oh, you know, I
think
got,
he's talking to his daughters?
do I think so? No. I don't think his girls could keep that secret from Victoria, from anyone.
Do you think he's talking to Victoria?
No. Victoria is, I believe, a train wreck. Victoria has two things on her mind. He was out there somewhere, and somebody's holding him. Her theory, she has not heard my theory yet, and I will tell her my theory today. I told my dad, I'm like, I want it. I believe that the quicker that this all goes around, is as quick as Bryon comes back.
Quick, what goes around?
That the finances all become like, if they have to sell the house and downsize to stay in Medina, have cars, one is in Bryon's name, what's the worst thing it's going to do? They could repo the car, they'll take the car. There's only owe like $2,100 left in that car. One of the cars is like $4,000. A lot of it just, none of it makes sense other than you start throwing finances into it.
Let's go talk to finances here. Now you are on the
Credit card.
American Express business card with Bryon,
Yeah.
right?
Why does that mean?
Well, that's a great question. In 2001, it was he needed a credit card. He was going to start his company. I was just starting my company. A credit card to me is $5,000, you know, whatever. Did I know that the balance was $50-something thousand? No. How much? $52,000.
I didn't know this.
Victoria got a what do you call it, a statement to her, and I'm like, and she's like, I got a statement that said your name.
Well, if it's in your name, who's paying for it every month?
Bryon, since 2001. So when I went to go get my house in 2006 or something, it was not on my credit report. So, which Bryon would know I'm getting a house. So at this point, I thought it's gone. Like, this is a card that doesn't even exist. So then 2001 to 2 months ago, I found out, and I'm like, so then here's a mind blowing. Then you go back and I call American Express. I'm like, all your info that's on there is my brother, but it's in my name. And so I'm like, keep talking about the.
So you knowingly went on this card with him. Did you put your name in the application? Right. Did you put an application with him as a
You know what?
as a
I'm
co-lender?
going to say no. But I believe he just put all my info down. And well, it would be like we get together, and from what I remember, I think it was like, hey, you're a co-signer. There's nothing to worry. And I'm like, okay. Can I say I'm dumb? Yeah. Back in the day, would I do it today? But from 01 to 04, he said in 04, 05, so I was getting my house in 06. He's like, that car's canceled, you know, which was not on my credit report. And they ran to give me for a mortgage. I had no problem. Everything was good. Let's go. And I'm like, when I found out that a couple months ago, I would get an email, like it said American Express. I would forward the email to him, and he goes, you know, they still have your email account. I've had an email account sent to him.
So what were the emails about?
Just like points given.
Do you use it for?
No. I haven't used the card.
Do you know if Bryon has points?
No idea. I have no idea about this. I have I called American Express on the way up here, and they're like, oh, they're investigating it, so they knew nothing of it. So there's everything, but it doesn't have like what he bought. That's the interesting part that I can't figure out. So say in a month, it would go 6,000 at Best Buy, 6,000 return at Best Buy, 4,000 at Target, 4,000 return to Target. Even American Express, two of the people I talked to, they're like, I can't figure out why. So my theory is that if you have an outstanding balance, and I think if you were spending money with American Express, it will make it look like you're spending money. Still allows you to carry over balance. This is a green card. It says you have to pay it off every month. Well, the guy goes, well, it hasn't been paid off every month. I know that.
So
Can I have it?
Mm-hmm.
You should.
Yeah.
when was, I mean, you were getting statements the entire time or not?
I wasn't getting anything.
Okay, it just
So even just on here,
on December 22nd, there's an adjustment purchase for $378. Although it says it's for sign and travel, do you know anything about it?
this is a whole concept that I know nothing of, but I believe it was Bryan's lifeline to carry. That's why it's such a high balance. You only make so much in a month. Then you're spending out so much in a month. But then the girls want to go to dinner or
Do you need the rest of the?
no.
Okay, I got it.
Yes.
I got it.
This is so. This was Victoria has. I requested from. They can go back to July of 15, I believe. So all those, she has all those. When you see it, it's mind blowing.
Where did he?
It's six,
Where do they eat, or what does he do with it?
where do they? I don't know where they eat, but what he was doing. Say he's in Heath, Ohio, it would say 6,000 SS5. The following day, 6,000 returned to Best Buy. Target, over and over.
Just found
I
this out.
just found this out. And then I called American Express to find out. They go, I've never seen, for months.
Yeah, because I mean, most typical programs, you buy something, you get points. You return it, they take the points off.
And well, I was thinking it was for point, but we looked up American Express and they don't issue points until like
So they got 23,000 points. Okay,
yeah.
going with your theory, he's going to jump out of the cake and say, "I'm here." Based on
Based on financials for the family. When things start going up maybe a little bit more, he knows I will take care of this. I'm going to handle this American Express. No matter what, I'll put the thing off and then he's paying me back. But I think if that's gone, if the house payment's gone and they downsize and they're downsizing because he's gone, you have to think of it as a proud dad. You would do anything for your kids, but you know what you would never do? You don't want to make yourself look dumb in front of your kids when it comes to money.
being missing and walking out,
No, I'm on your page. I understand. I think it's the 4-year-old kid. He acts like a 4-year-old kid, but I think he's smart. This is just my theory. I think somebody on Facebook, he's following everything on Facebook.
How do you know?
It's just, these are theories.
I don't mean I'm not.
No. I just say, I'd say he's not looking on his own Facebook page. Wherever he is a friend on Facebook that is a friend that can go on and he's monitoring. He's making sure his family's good and all that stuff. I just put a timeline on it. This happened on the 16th. He was a trustee. He knows how well the Lafayette Township would take care of the family through the Christmas, through those months. And they did. Girls had probably the best Christmas I've ever seen. Now you go into New Year's. That's New Year's. No, nothing big. Kind of mind-blowing. Maddie just had a birthday. But in our mind, we thought that he was going to show up on that Friday when we were having the Christmas. We still had that for the girls. 23rd.
And the girls weren't crying and carrying.
No, they were. Vicky didn't open up any presents that we got for them. Because, we got the presents before this all happened, so I'm still giving the present. I don't know. That's my view.
So, isn't he looking forward to the fact that it's going to take a year and a half before they actually, the finance company finally says, hey, you got to get out?
I believe he's hoping that Victoria or somebody talks to her about the house, that she's not, we're literally going to tell her we're doing a financial statement for her. He won't be able to afford this house. She just got a 3-month thing from the veterans. They literally are taking care of her mortgage. I told Victoria that is 3 months. I have to move forward.
She got 3 months from the vets?
Yeah. Vets Association. From what I don't know if it's an association or however that
Do
works.
you think she's actually going to listen? Because right now she seems to be in denial for it. Whatever time I
Doesn't know right now. And I told my dad. My dad, he believes my theory is pretty good. She said, Victoria, we're going to have to hit her over the head with a baseball bat. No, I don't think it's going to soak in the first conversation. But I think she has to realize that it takes 5 seconds to say, if Bryon made this much and he was paying this much out, house, cars, and insurance for the girls.
How you doing? You doing good?
Still not covering it. Lafayette Township, $800 a month. That's child's play when it comes to every month here and that, every month.
So, I'm the old timer. You don't think you live in a different life, another wife, another kids, another...
No. I even said, I told my wife, he knocked up some girl from traveling and, he's hiding. He doesn't know how. Now, I don't think that's...
Was he prone to do that?
No. That's why.
He didn't stray.
I had 100% faith in him that is not the theory. But I told my wife.
Side of the world? What about a deviant side, perhaps? Maybe not.
He's a straight and narrow kind of guy,
Religious?
No, when they went to church as growing up, we did not. We went to church like on Sunday until we got to like 16, and then we went on Easter and Christmas. Our family was religious. Do I believe?
Was it perfect marriage?
From what we see, I mean, everybody, I've never seen him argue. I mean, I've seen him like nitpick of stupid things. But no, as a dad, I would give him a 10 out of 10 for being a dad. And I think that's the one thing he's good at. Selling diamonds, I put it all together now. Now go with my theory. The one company said that they were thinking about letting him go, and he might have been between jobs, and a lot going on in your mind that you may not want to be too proud to tell maybe wife at the time who thought maybe something else was coming.
Is this something from Bryon, or is this something that you picked up?
No, this is just my theory.
Okay.
But Bryon was going through that, and I don't know the company. So there was an AV diamond,
right.
But then he was carrying a new line. But then Vicky said that talked to AV, and he didn't carry his weight he didn't make his quota for 4 quarters. I own a company. If somebody's not making their quota,
Now, Vicky told you this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So if that company's not pulling 4 quarters of, okay, I don't know if he's on salary. I don't know if he's on salary plus commission. I don't know his salary. But no matter which way it is, he's still not pulling him enough money just to cover the basics.
Right. She told me he's not a commission, he's on salary. Okay.
So if we go with just salary, he's not covering just the basic necessities.
Mm-hmm.
What's your business?
Every month. Mobile detailing.
You do pretty good?
Not bad. It's carrying every month. I think at some point, yes, the loss of my mom. Was my mom giving him more money than what I know? I don't know.
How much money was mom giving you?
I don't know. I don't think.
Dad know?
Yeah, I don't think. Well, my mom was she would always.
She squirrel it away?
Yeah, but she'd give us $100 here, $100 for like.
What you're saying is a lot more than $100 here.
Well, one time he got $5,000. I got a check for $5,000 in the mail because my mom said, I will not give Bryon money. But she gave it to me. And I was like, Mama, thinking I don't. And I.
How long ago was it?
That was it. 4 years, 5 years ago.
Did you get anything when she passed?
Yeah, we got $10,000. So
You got 10 grand when mom passed in February.
Yeah, March 26th. So let's say of 16. So actually, let's say March. Let's say April 23rd is when the day I got married on April 23rd. My dad gave me the check.
And Brian got the same.
Yeah, same day. Victoria has no idea of that $10,000.
She told me that somewhere along the line that she knew that he got some inheritance, but didn't know where it went.
Yeah, and so there's 10,000.
He doesn't play the lottery.
He's not a gambler, but would 10,000 not gonna wouldn't touch this? Why put 10,000 into the card when it's not gonna help?
No, but if you knock off $600 a month with
But
car payment, you could come back
and
and
this guy he was making tips every month through his mobile device, and it said he's like 113 here, 100, nothing substantial. It's just he was making payment, but I feel like he would make a payment because that's still going to be his lifeline. Because if he doesn't have the 500 at the end of the month or something, right? And I don't know even if his wife did anything on there. I never got the no. You know what? It did. Maybe. No, I don't have it. She's got it. She's got the July through. But it was as basic as it gets as the American Express. I was like, Victoria, read to me November. It went 6,000 here, 6,000 return, 4,000 in Target, 4,000 in return, 4,400.
So
It's hard to do job.
for any time. What was he buying?
I don't know. It would just say Best Buy, Target, Lowe's, but everything that was purchased, everything returned within a day. And I
kept wondering. First thing you think he is.
what I think he is, I thought something happened. Oh, I thought he was in the lake. From
You have an addition of water?
no, that's where they found the car.
I know.
Oh, no. No, it's not like that. I felt that
You get no question.
when I heard, and my question is, so day of, very first day, we walked in, Rick walked in late that night, 8 p.m., explained to how busy his day was, and couldn't sleep because there was a lot going on. And he said, do you know when you have to wake up at a certain time? It's called a job. But he kept going with it, and then he told us how gruesome the office was. And I'll tell you the words, I pulled him aside because I didn't want him, because Maddie was there. And Maddie's the middle daughter. She heard him say, there was this pool of blood. I said, whoa. So we walked away. I pulled him aside in another room. Said, tell me what you saw. Darren, he goes, dining room table. He goes, the pool of blood was the size of the table. There was flesh. The word flesh. And I said, do you think he was shot? No, I don't believe so. I want to know, no matter whatever happens, the whole scenario, and what the room looks like. So I haven't seen a photo. You probably have seen a photo. I'm hearing it's not like somebody died. It doesn't sound like somebody was laying there for hours bleeding out.
Oh, see, I was there. So there's different perspectives that I would have something on than Rick would.
And I believe that. I took criminal justice in college. I understand that I saw a pool of blood and my wife saw a pool. I can cut my finger if she thinks I need to go have major surgery. But the word flesh, pool of blood, shot to me, he described what it looked like on the ceiling, on the walls. I wasn't, in my mind at that time, he was dead.
You might want to move that because you're getting real close to it. Yeah.
I'm like, what?
So let's go a different perspective, if I may.
Okay.
Given on your thought that your brother's somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Just Was there any favorite location that he talked about? Hilton Head, South Carolina, Florida.
No.
Did you think of any place that he might be?
Any more coffee, fellas?
I'm good, thank you. I'll take the check.
Before I knock it over.
There you go.
I pay you.
Cashier's ladder on the left.
Awesome, thank you. I knew he liked, the family liked Hilton Head.
Mm-hmm.
No, but is there a place that you think he would gravitate to? Anything?
No, I don't know him as that kind of, I mean, I know my brother, but they talk about Hilton Head and they go as a family.
Mm-hmm.
How would he get out? How would he get out of where he left his car?
There's somebody picked him up.
Any idea?
No, that's why I feel that Rick is somewhere involved. And I think
Rick is
the service manager, which is
Guy that found the scene.
kind of found the scene, but was also, I feel, was told to come to the house.
How are we doing?
Rick accuses all those bad firms about losing.
Gruesome, flesh, pool, ceiling wall, and I'm like, this is obscene. Did he play a good role? Yeah, he stole it. He stole it pretty well. Was that his job? Come in here and tell him? I believe so. I believe that there's. Rick is also. Maybe he is educated. I don't know. But I'm stating that Bryon and Rick were buddies.
Yeah, Brad, very pretty.
More so than Costello?
Nah, and I don't know their. I have Mike's name here. But I don't believe him and Mike went to movies.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it was being planned at that moment. And I don't think they went to movies. Did they purchase tickets? Yep. 100%. Did Mike Costello go? Because when he came and started talking about how much he doesn't like movies, you're going to go see a Star Wars movie at 10 o'clock at night with my brother? Which was supposed to text Victoria, but Bryan's phone was dead that night. His phone is never dead. He lived on that phone. I'm not buying that story. And then it goes that the following day there was a Facebook message from Mike to Victoria. Hey, just letting you know I'm with Bryon or something. We're going to the movies. It's too weird. Did Bryon like Star Wars? Yes, 100%.
Wouldn't you want to take his daughters?
No. Nah.
Why?
Yes, I believe that she was invited, but somehow his phone died, so he couldn't get in contact with her. And I'm one to not. I have my wife's phone number. Do I know? Can I probably type it? Probably. Should I know it? Yeah. Why would Bryon not just grab Mike Costello's phone? One phone call. I don't know. I'm not buying that part. This is where I got stuck. And I believe that if this was planned, it was planned right there. At this moment, was he involved? Yes, because in the morning there was a meeting at 8. This happened, say, 6:30 in the morning. I'm not buying it.
So you don't think that is there anybody within the state of Ohio or maybe New York or adjacent states that he would go to?
Well, if it would have been New York, I would say Carmine.
Mm-hmm.
Carmine he sent me a text, he was, hey, have you talked to your brother? Could Carmine be a part of it? Yeah.
Why?
They're best friends. And if you're going to hide, if I'm going to hide, New York, it's not in Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel that New York, my thought is, like, Carmine has a sick wife. I cannot see Carmine putting right. Not for this amount of time. Jeff Hunt, which I don't know where he lives, wherever I can find out. But Jeff Hunt is the guy that is the one that quit his job.
Mm-hmm.
He had like a partner and he's doing well. Does he live with his parents? I believe he does. I don't know. My thought is that we just raised the thing to $5,000.
Mm-hmm.
I think money is a motivator. could Bryon have spoke to, let's say Jeff, you put me up for a couple months, this is what I'm doing, and this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm doing. You may not agree with it, but it'll be interesting on who turns them in, because eventually it's gonna go to 10,000.
Yeah, but you gotta know about it. That's the trouble.
Well,
You're talking out of state.
No,
billboards aren't out there.
No, I'm stating that somehow, some way, it could come closer, and somebody will call and go, yeah, I think I see Bryon at Der Dutchman. In that moment, that person is just going to give a tip, gonna get found.
Mm-hmm.
He's not gonna just pop up. I don't know. I think he's gonna want somebody to find him. I don't know.
So do you think it'll be some kind of dramatic ending that we'll find him in a car or something?
No, I don't know his ending. I can't put the conclusion on it. I don't know how he's going to come back and say.
Especially with the
The kid will believe in his story because they're home. I don't think the kids are. I think, what is everybody going to think of Bryon? I'm punching him in the face when I first see him. I hope he's alive, yeah, but for throwing a credit card at this, if you're in debt, you have problems. Say something. I'm not going to get you out of debt. Boy, I could help you. I mean, we're kind of smart with money. My dad, it's not like we were poor and broke. My dad would have been willing to help him. We're not going to buy him out of anything, but we're going to try to. We could talk. I don't know.
Any psychological problems we've had with him?
Mm-hmm. And I say that because, he's gone to Desert Storm. He's done this. We lost my mom. He's lost friends. I don't think the loss of my mom triggered anything. Does it hurt? Yes. Was it the worst thing in the world? No. We still have each other. We still have family.
Do you use any medical terms about mental health issues? Did he ever express that he wasn't happy where he was?
No.
Did he ever express that he wanted to hurt himself?
No.
Now you say that his mom would not lend money to him without giving you money.
That
you know of. You think that secretly that was the safety net?
I would say no, as my mom was even if it doesn't matter, Christmas or birthday, we always got the same thing. She always believed. When I got a check for $5,000 in the mail, it was like Christmas. And I'm like, Mom, I don't need this. I don't want this. Take it. We gave it to Bryon. So.
Have you had conversations with Victoria?
Yeah. 2 months.
And forgive me.
No, go ahead.
Very nice person. And I'm old, so I have no filter, so I say what I think. You're pretty type A. You're right there.
Yeah.
Are you like this to Victoria?
No. She can't handle it. But I'm going to, even last night, I can handle Victoria because I don't have to talk to her every day. And I told my dad, when this is all said and done, I'm punching my brother twice in the face, one for what he did to the kids and all this, and one because I had to talk to Victoria every day. She called every day.
And says what?
The same repetitive thing. Police aren't doing anything. We're getting no answers. The computer, the phone, these are I wrote down, I'm like, let me know things that you want me to ask. They were so dumb, I'm not even going to ask.
Does she know you're meeting us today?
Yes. She knows, and she does not know my theory. Excuse me, but I am telling her my theory because I told my dad, if this brings Bryon home quicker and her knowing, this isn't a theory in her mind at all.
So what does she think happened?
She thinks first off, we thought it was the pipeline, that something was coming through, and she was getting phone calls. But then I don't even believe that there was aggravating phone calls. I believe it was leading into this whole
This is what he had been telling her.
That there were phone calls, that he was getting harassment phone calls. The guy sounded drunk. We just found out about this when he was gone. This is when she was like, I told him to tell somebody. Brian's not a hothead. You can call him every day. It's not going to push him over the edge. In the beginning, I felt that Bryon was set up by a Rick or by somebody that Bryon was, very close. That in the beginning, the theory was to call to the office, got jumped, beat up, something happened. We're going to find him in the lake or during the first week of through the woods. After I passed that theory, we heard about diamonds. It has nothing to do with diamonds. If people knew all of his diamonds weren't even real diamonds, they're maybe someone else doesn't know that. But that is I don't buy it.
Let me ask you a really silly question.
Yeah.
Is Victoria involved?
No, I don't think she's smart enough either. I don't think by emotion, no. Vicky started crying just today. She talked to Captain and said, "Don't go on the media." In her mind, she thinks
Captain Stepper tells her
that don't go on. We know things that you don't. We don't want you. She's not going to go on TV and go, "Oh my gosh, so there was blood in the," like, she's not going to let, she wants to thank the veterans. There's a piece of place that's doing like a fundraiser for, and I said, thank anybody that's helped you up. The gymnastics company that is letting Mia build in gymnastics, we called and said, I will pay for, I don't want the girls not to do exactly what they were doing. Vicky doesn't have the money to pay for her. Gymnastics is like, we got it, we'll do that. So,
Slow down here. Does Vicky think he's alive?
I don't think so. She thinks that he could be alive, but with the blood and...
There's no doubt in your mind, and I've asked you again, there's no doubt in your mind that if there was a secret phone call by Bryon to the daughters or the victim, you would know.
Yes. And I believe he'll reach out to me before he reaches out to them.
why is that?
Brother's love. He knows that I wouldn't let go of it. But if it was this serious, which is a serious matter, yeah, I'd be like, hey, listen, I've heard Bryon. Do I know where he is? No. Do you guys want to ask me a million questions? No. But I believe Bryon, if he's going with my theory, he's not going to talk to the girls or Victoria until the girls know he's alive, then we even said. Only two reasons why Bryon's coming back. Financial reasons start clearing up, or we claim that my dad was sick. And my dad goes, I thought the same thing.
Well, I mean, financial reasons are clearing up. I mean, it's only going to get worse for a year, 2 years.
But give or take. Say they lose the car. Bryon's credit is short. So he's not worried about it.
Well, I know we realize that Santander is one of his companies, and that's high risk.
So let's say, like car. Let's say car now.
Mm-hmm.
Houses. If Victoria is smart enough, which she's going to become smart enough, she's going to sell the house, have equity in that house, pay off. There's like a lien or something. She said like $3,000 stupid stuff were against the house.
Right.
Pay that off. Sell that house. They can't afford that house.
Where'd it go?
Somewhere in Medina. She'll get an apartment. Something.
Does she have a sister?
Yeah.
Is her sister helping her out?
No. Not that I know of. I know her and her sister were not talking prior to this. They are now talking because, sisters comes around. Her sister is a whole nother level of game. She's a lot to handle in one day. She's a nice person, but if you start talking politics, don't. Because she has one opinion.
Okay, so is
she getting money from anywhere else?
Is Bryon trying to make some kind of statement?
Yes, I believe he is.
Darren, your first name?
Yes.
Darren, I'm having difficulty processing. If he comes back, things aren't going to be better. People are going to throw stones.
But I don't think Bryon thought that far out. I think Bryan's thinking of how
Do
he's
you
going to come
think
back.
Bryon may, if this is your
Theory.
if this is your theory, do you think that this pressure will push Bryon to do hurt himself?
No. He's sitting there. He's watching what's going on. He's waiting for.
Can it be?
Well, okay. How's he financing this? I mean, he's got to eat. He's got to.
But how long? We don't know how long he's been planning this. He got $10,000 from my mom. He can live off $10,000. He's not at a hotel. He's staying with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
He was a Marine. He knows so many people that I wouldn't have a clue who he was.
Do you really think he knows all that, or that's what he tells you?
That he's traveled? That he traveled?
Traveled and that he knows so many people.
No. I'm saying I believe he would have to know a ton of people from. I mean, he would go to Chillicothe, Ohio, and occasionally he would call and say, "Hey, I'm in Chillicothe and I'm in here, coming back up. Do you want to do like lunch or dinner?" Yeah, great. We'll meet up. He spend the night and then he's out at 8 a.m. going, probably headed back home. Do I know he traveled anywhere? No. I'd see on Facebook that he was in California, San Antonio, or
He
wherever.
was in California, San Antonio, because that's where he said he was.
Mm-hmm. Or in the pictures stated that's where he was. Was he there? I don't know. But do I think that he knows people that somebody on Facebook that he's watching, he's seeing what's going on through Facebook. It's the only way
Does he know that the police are out interviewing?
he has to. I mean, he knows what's going to go on.
Does he know it's going to make life for his wife harder? Now, you say that we're not doing enough.
No, he said that.
Okay, if she says,
Yeah.
I question, what else would she want us to do?
We want you to find Bryon. She won't.
That's why we're here.
I told my dad, she's not going to say anything like, "Oh, Detective Cartwright did perfect because he walked in with Bryon." It's you're never going to make her happy until that moment. She's waiting today. She's waiting for Bryon to walk nonchalantly, ring the doorbell, and come in.
I've never had to.
She just said he does not realize how far this thing went. He may not understand the ramifications of him walking into the door.
I think
So he may walk around the door and go and check himself in somewhere and say he's had issues.
No,
Marvin speaking.
no. That's
Because I don't understand. I've been working with this fine detective.
I don't
and
think
don't
he's
know.
smart enough to have thought. He's not Jason Bourne. He's not.
Does he read Jason Bourne?
I don't know. I do. But I don't think he's smart enough to have thought everything through. But if my theory is a theory, and if she sells the house and they lose the car,
So this is an awful extravagant way to teach a life lesson to your wife.
no, I
would go.
no,
Right.
I 100% agree. And
And he's got his children that he is scarring.
I 100% agree. Do I think this was? I think it's the dumbest thing. And if this is what he was doing, Alex is old enough. He's understanding. Mia, that literally woke up one day, Dad's gone, and she has no idea. Which she's 11, maybe? Yeah. I would hate to say it's the only theory that makes sense to me. Is the car, and you guys were asking Victoria, why December 10th? I don't know. I don't know if you guys knew something was going on December 10th. I don't know if the bank record showed December 10th.
Was what day was December 9th, December 10th, or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't they close his account? Stop his credit card?
American Express was December 5th.
December 5th?
Yeah. And then, yeah, so December 5th, somebody was asking Victoria, what did you guys do on December 10th? And she's like, oh, and then you could look, and every time there's something, she'll look at the pipeline. Oh, the pipeline, there was a meeting in the Medina County Hall, December 10th. Oh, is it, we don't. She was like, well, we had hot dogs that day. Having a hot dog is not going to figure out what I was in. But the phone, computer, I think that there had to be some communication between where he is now and who he talked to within last 2 days, 14th, 15th. He was gone on the 16th in the morning. So when he came home, quote unquote, from the movies, did he ever go to the town hall? Who knows? Was he at the movies with Mike? And did they set that up? Vicky, I think, would have seen blood from Bryon if he cut himself, if on his hand to cut himself. I don't know.
More confusion than what it was.
Take it as is. That's just my thought. Do I feel and I go with my theory because it makes me
that you're here today with us.
yeah, and it makes me feel good to think that this is my theory because I believe he's alive for the first while.
How do you think Victoria is going to react if you express what you've expressed to us?
She'll take it. I think she needs to hear it. She wouldn't listen to my dad. She's not going to listen to her sister. I think she will listen to me.
Well, what's that going to do? I mean, I'm asking if you don't know what's going on.
Financially, she can't afford the house. She has 3 months of free mortgage right now. Within 3 months, she has to have that house up for sale, and she has to downsize. She can't. She believes that Bryon's going to walk through the door, and when Bryon walks, and I told her, if Bryon walks through the door, he doesn't have a job. You guys are still at ground zero.
Well, she's informing us that the mortgage company that she's dealing with only has his name on the mortgage. So I don't know how it's going to affect.
I don't know how that's going to work. If that, I don't know. I don't guess. But I do know.
Has he ever talked about great escape, exit plan?
No.
There's like guns in the house?
I think he has a gun. Have I ever seen it? No.
Does he belong to any organizations that we should know about?
No. I even said that. I threw out every theory. I'm like, we're Lebanese, and I'm like, maybe join Al Qaeda, and I started laughing. Then I'm like, I don't want to not throw out anything. But no, I don't see that, especially when he was an anti-terrorist. So.
Does he talk about that?
I only have that theory because you can't poke a hole in it other than whose name the mortgage is in. I know one of the cars is in Bryon's name. I don't think to him that matters right now.
Did he ever have 2 cell phones, to your knowledge?
No. I mean, he had like old phones that he gave to girls, but he has one. It's an Edge, I know that. But I know he's got Samsung, because I was Samsung and I showed him how to use his phone because he got a new phone.
He's not a survivalist or anything, is he?
No. And that's the thing. He's not that smart.
Where did he leave the Marines as?
Was
he a ranking officer?
Oh, honestly, I don't know. Vicky would probably know that. I was in college when he was doing all that. So when I got out of college, he was out of the Marines. So I didn't even go through graduation. I was in.
He was in, 4 or 6 years?
The what?
How many years was it? 4 or 6?
Let's say 4. I believe he did all 4 years, and then he might have done 1 year after. But I don't know what he did. I know whatever fast company. Because my mom had a sweatshirt, and my mom loved that sweatshirt. I know. I wish I could. And
You mind if we call you again?
Anytime. Call my cell.
Yeah, what is your number?
614-579-7711.
77?
11. I think you call my office, and by the time it comes to my office to me, I'm like, but same thing. If you have a question,
Well, it works both ways.
I know.
And
That's why I feel I feel you guys are doing your leads are your lead. Vicky's waiting for one fingerprint to tell that there was somebody else there. I don't believe there was somebody picked him up. He's not gonna walk or run.
It was 5 degrees that morning.
Yeah.
You're not.
And he's not
like.
So he's not.
He doesn't work out.
No. He's just generally a big guy, but no, he's not. Even if he was going to run, and I don't know where the clubhouse or whatever that is, the Lafayette Township, I don't know where that is compared to where his car was, to where anything else was, but Bryon is not running
Ready for your bell?
any which way.
No dessert?
So that's why I do believe somebody else picked him up. Could have been Mike, could have been Rich, could these guys have nothing to do with it, but Rick's story to me was never, I will not get that out of my mind.
Does Rick call you?
No,
Does he stay away from you?
we've never talked. The only
Does he
time,
call Victoria?
he did call her once.
I would
Ironic.
I would ask you not to have conversation about your thoughts about Rick and Costello in the movie with Victoria.
She already knows I don't like Rick.
I understand, but not the challenging of
yeah.
if they were there or
No.
if they weren't there.
No, I get you.
I don't want to create something that may not be there.
And that's the thing. You tell Victoria one thing, she's going to create a whole nother story of, December 10th. She couldn't let December 10th go. It could have been something so small, maybe in your guys' mind, something triggered something. You know what? On December 10th, we went to the movies. Like, I don't know their life. I don't know what they did December 10th or December 11th.
Was he trying to get away from Victoria?
I don't think so. I don't think he hates Victoria. I just is this a tough lesson or a tough way to teach a lesson? Extremely, yes. Is Bryon an extremist? Not really, but nothing else with all the other evidence that we know, that I know. I don't know what you guys may know. I don't feel that.
Oh, I know Victoria because I'd asked her about the mental health thing, and then the next conversation we had, he'd actually called around the mental facilities in the area and see if he was there.
That's Victoria.
Yeah.
Victoria, it's why if you give her an inch, she's going to try to take a mile. And you're trying to.
Does she have issues?
No, I just don't think she's never really worked. I mean, for how long? I don't know, they've been married 20 years or something. She didn't work for 20 years, and then she babysat kids at home. But to have a job, she just started working. So for 20 years, Bryon has been feeding. I mean, they would go to the country club. I don't know if they got a free country club because he worked for them. I don't know any of this. Do I know if they went to Cedar Point all the time? That's not cheap. And I know they had passes. My parents bought them passes for Christmas. That's the thing. You still have to drive out there. You got to drive back. You're probably going to have a pop of water or something.
That's $10.
Yeah. And every drive. And they would go at night. I remember Bryon, I bet Mia, if she ate a meal, we would go to Cedar Point, and it's got to be $30 in gas, let's just say. Go there and back.
I got a lot to think over.
And my theory is not going to change. So if you have questions with my theory, feel free. I don't know if it's funny for a loop. Could he be dead? Yes, he could be. I don't know. No, I 100%. Does this make me feel at ease because I think my theory is pretty good?
You took your theory very seriously. We're not discarding.
No. But to me, it makes me feel good. For the first 2 weeks, yes, I thought he was dead. Going on the second, the third, the fourth week, I thought maybe something with the pipeline and he's going to come out because he saved Medina County this money. And then that starts going, again, like, he's not that smart to do all this. But then the minute somebody says pipeline, well, the merger of the two pipelines was on the exact day Bryon was missing. Come on. But is it coincidence? I don't know. Does it have anything to do with them? I don't know.
But then again, the pipeline was completely, it had nothing to do with him.
And that's what. Yes, he's a trustee, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what his vote's going to be.
No, they have no vote in it.
You're not going to stop a $1 billion company by putting in a pipeline.
Because this is all common pleas and above, as far as judges and all that.
Yeah.
So
at that point, I 100% agree. That's why I'm not going pipeline. Diamonds, I'm not buying it. All of his diamonds were there. They were all in the safe. Excuse me. So
no, they weren't even in the safe.
yeah. So wherever
They were sitting out on the floor.
So all that stuff was there.
Now, you've been at the house. Was there anything that you've noticed that's missing that wasn't there originally?
I don't know the house like that well. When we go, we're in the kitchen, we're in the living room, or we sleep in the basement. It just blows up in the mattress. I know his office is down there. I wouldn't know if the desk was missing. We don't go in there. It's like, we're here. I think she said his dog tags were missing.
The dog tags and a gold cross, what she said.
Which that's, again, maybe brings him comfort. Maybe he thinks this is going to help him. I can't see him speaking to God and talking and trying to figure this out. We weren't that religious growing up. Maybe he turned religious. I don't know.
I wouldn't be thinking his own life.
No. No, I'm 100% on that.
I appreciate your time.
Hey. And honestly, call if you have something. If you get my voicemail,
Follow me around.
I will call you. Like
Detective.
same thing. If you get my voicemail, I promise I will call you back. But I hope I turned a page and made you think something. But do I think Bryon is following what's going on? Somehow, Facebook's the only way to see what people are
Is
talking.
anybody going to Facebook and saying, enough is enough, come home?
Vicky's like, we miss you, that kind of stuff. I sent out a thing about a month ago when this first happened, like, if he needed to talk to me, I said, send me a message, something that I would know. And it was honestly the weird thing. I think you guys even checked. I got this 30 seconds later. Some lady was like, I want to be your friend. Oh my God. I'm like this. I went like this, click, you're my friend. And he knew the family. But no, I can't, Karen or whatever her name was. But it was 30 seconds after I posted that thing. I'm like, no. But anyway, I think.
Is it on Facebook that people are getting interviewed?
No. The only thing is, like what you see on the news. There was blood in his car in his office, that kind of stuff. That's the only thing I've seen on Facebook. Anything?
I'll have a ton of stuff that I'll be asking him to ask you, but you haven't. I got a lot of stuff to figure out. All his clothes are in the house, right? Doesn't look like he packed for a trip.
I believe so. And I don't know what he wore that night up, but Vicky will tell you that Linda knew that he was wearing a pair of shoes. I kind of blow the stupid small stuff off. I'm not worried about what he was wearing the day before. It's that outfit, I believe, was in the house. I think she gave it to someone. I don't know. That kind of stuff. I believe his phone is the key to something.
Was he a geek?
No. That
Was he a gadget geek?
No, when he got his phone, he didn't even understand it because I'm like, oh, he went from an iPhone to a Samsung, and I was like, oh, let me show you the Android. I'm just like, hold this down with 2 fingers, and he's like, oh.
Was he into gadgets, like the Swiss Army knife kind of guy?
No. Like, survivalist? No. Do I think somebody is putting him up, and he's just, I mean, but you gotta drive yourself insane sitting there. Because he knows he can't walk out, or unless he's in a different state. But then who would know him?
Just say it's going to get tiring hanging out with the same people.
I said, no matter what, even if I've had him in my basement for 2 months now, no way. I'm not dealing with somebody for 2 months. I'd put somebody up for a week. If you need help, go ahead. Go live upstairs and we'll cook you food. I'm not going to supply your life for you. But that's why I go. Who would say, yeah, sounds great to me.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I know. It's mind-blowing, but I hope that it's
Shake out.
I hope it's done.
It'll shake out.
Yeah, and I believe it
It
will.
may not shake out to what you would like. It may not shake out to the way we would like
No.
it to, but it'll shake out.
But now it's been so long that it's almost just like my mother. We have now in my mind, he has been dead in my life already.
You've gone from being angry.
I went from he's dead to I feel like the whole family, we were all there in the moment, and we thought it was that official Friday night when like the fire department all came walking in. I looked at my dad. It was like, and then they were just there to, we're very sorry here. And I was like, oh my God Almighty. But to see them all walking in with their heads down, to going to maybe he's a hero and that's how he's going to come back, and then it's going to no, I thought like week 3 to 4 that he knew something about the pipeline. I investigated everything possible about the pipeline. I could tell you when they're drilling, who's doing this. But I thought that he at some point was saving Medina County, and I'm like, holy crap, who's going to come out? He's not. It's not the pipeline. That's why I come.
More coffee?
I'm good.
No, we're good. Thank you.
Hey,
It is funny, I looked at Dave Mazio close. I couldn't tell you who he hung out with. I think it was like they hung out.
We'll be right with you. Thank you. You're welcome.
Problem is, you ask Victoria. Victoria will then now be like, oh my gosh. So the Mazios were over the house first 2 days. Mm-hmm. So I don't know who. I just can't see one. I couldn't see him if he's just hiding out in a basement or wherever. It would drive me insane. How much TV can you watch? But then you think if he's been married for 20 years, worked for 20 years, and did all this other stuff for all these years, maybe he thinks he's on a vacation. I don't know.
not being away from your kids.
That's what I have no problem with any of this theory but other than what he's doing to the kids.
That's what scares me.
Great, thank you. My name's Ashley, and I'll be taking care of you. Can I go ahead and start you both off after your drink? Right. You need a couple of minutes to check the menu out? Yeah?
Jim, there's something wrong here. Because children, to me, are the key.
Yeah. But if you go with my theory, no matter what happens, they lose the house, they lose the cars, and all this stuff. Say 1 year,
I'm not arguing that.
but he comes back. He's still
Something
good in the
but
kid's
there
life.
is no. But what I'm saying is,
That
these kids aren't being admitted to the hospital because of such emotional distress they can't function. Something is there. Somewhere along the line, if it may be a postcard, a secret code, or something that's saying, I'm there.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
If I couldn't see my kids, I couldn't go 5 weeks, 3 weeks,
Yeah.
without saying, hey, it's Dad. And I'm just speaking openly, but there's something wrong here.
Yeah, but that's when you go, is he that techie? Is he, all I know is the girls are all on Snapchat. The girls are all on, and you think a Snapchat is 6 seconds and it's gone? I mean, if you want to, if there's a way to communicate,
Was chicken and all, have to double check. Chicken and all up there.
I just,
Salad and
I can't see him talking to the girls and not the girls telling Victoria.
I don't know.
I
don't know.
It could 100%. You could be on something.
I don't know. I'm just saying that's the component that scares me.
You are you super.
We're not.
Yeah.
To the point that we have to become bad people and bring everybody in and start screaming and yelling and say, okay, the game's over.
About roll.
We played the game. Somebody better tell us
What you do. Yeah.
And I'm speaking that because I'm a father.
I hope he was chit chat. I just don't think he's smart enough to have thought everything through, all the way through. When you go through so many different theories in your mind, I'm like, okay, first I think he's in New York and there's some kind of mafia, and then he's got money and this is going down because he's got money, and then I'm like, no.
I'm good. Yeah. But we're gonna bother you again.
No.
Because my mind just, I go.
And it's not even bothering. Call. Stop over. Let me know. I'll let you in.
Hypothetically, I am asking this, not the Diane, Arvin's asking this. If I blew up, who would you blow up at?
To find out something?
Just to say, enough is enough.
Rick.
Why?
I don't trust him. He couldn't look me in the eyes. We couldn't talk. We couldn't. Everything of that day shook me the wrong way. And my dad says Mike.
Says who?
Mike.
Which one's Costello?
Mike. My dad doesn't trust him.
Very well.
And we started laughing because I was like, well, why don't you trust Mike? And he's like, same thing. There was no eye
What
contact.
church lesson?
I don't know.
Double fine.
He's a maintenance guy.
He's the guy that found the blood.
I said, if I was going to shake him, it would be that guy, tell him lie detector, tell FBI, you lie to us, this is a federal offense. To me,
Be careful about lie detectors. You're just gonna give it to one.
no. That's why I have no problem. I would be more than happy. But I feel that something is, so there's a link that somebody, Bryon, somebody did. Somehow somebody took this. Did they know what they might be getting themselves into?
You thought it was a game, play, and scare people?
No, not a game. I maybe don't know the extreme, but Bryon had to find somebody. He didn't disappear. He's too big.
Is there any of that flavor going on in social media right now?
No, like,
Rick,
No.
Mike.
I don't bring up names.
Not you. What I'm saying is the flavor out there.
No. Nobody, even Victoria, she knows that I don't like Mike. She knows that. She's like, well, Mike has.
And don't plant seeds.
Yeah.
Don't be planting
That's
seeds.
why
Victoria.
I say, because I can say, well, she knows that I don't like Rick, and she knows my father does not trust Mike. Those two. But then I can tell her I think Rick is the coolest guy. She'll be like, you know what? He is pretty nice. He called, Vicky, her mind can go, listen, she's here when I think you guys are right here. She's not on, you guys are not on the same level.
I don't know what level we're on. Tell you what, make sure everybody knows we're not sitting around not doing anything.
No, hey, Charlie.
No.
I'll leave it to
No, please.
I do believe that you guys truly are. Trust me.
Be back in a minute.
I do believe that.
We appreciate your help.
Anytime. Thanks for meeting me halfway too. I felt bad when I got home. I'm like, oh man. You ever had I had their breakfast. The one day one of playing video. My little show there. Dive for.
All right, so we're gonna cut this. You can see there's really not much conversation after this. All right, we're just gonna skip. We're gonna go into the second interview, and again, this is much later. This is with the Genoa Township Police Department. Same person, Darren Macron.
All right, I'm recording. Yeah, that's fine. I just want to make sure that the room's open. We're gonna bring him back here. Is that right? Yeah.
And I was like, you did. Someone came to your house in a minivan, and we walked right. She left. You closed the door. Huh?
That's general.
No, it was in a different minivan. Some girl came over, a woman.
Oh, she looked like she was 7 feet, 8 feet tall.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's one of Jacob's friends. Parents were forever.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Tall girl. Hello, sir.
How are you?
Good. Mr. Macron?
Yes.
Hey, Mike Riley.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
How you doing, sir? How are you? Good, good.
All right.
We're going to come back in the conference room. We just had a couple questions.
No problem.
Well, I feel better than last time I saw you. That's good. Good. Nightfall and all the fun stuff.
Mr. Macron, thank you very much for coming in.
Hey, no problem. Thank you.
Something like this, we definitely have to just do some additional follow up and that type of stuff.
No problem.
Okay. So what's the report?
312.
I spoke to Medina County.
Okay.
And talked to them for a little bit yesterday. And we just have with the information that you provided to Officer Hutchinson, we have to have additional documentation because I hope you understand we can't just take your word.
And it sounds, and I know and the circumstances sounds like it's we just lost my brother. So then you're like, no, I get it.
Okay. Well, okay, and I'm glad you brought that up because, I don't want you to take offense to any questions or anything
and
else.
that's why I'm like, I understand. I told my wife, I'm like, yeah, and then go ahead and I understand. So
Okay.
got it.
All right. So, so when did you find out about the accounts?
December 20th.
Okay, so that was when your sister-in-law called you.
So I was on the phone with her. She goes, so I have an envelope here with your name on it.
On December?
Yeah. So she was like, an American Express with your name on it. Like, and I'm like, well, open it. Okay. And that's when she's like, oh my God. And I'm like, the moment you hear that, you're like, this can't be good.
Mm-hmm.
And then she went through, so then I called American Express a few times, told them what was going on. They're going over the account. They're like, this doesn't make any sense. Not the fraud part of it, but the spending part of it.
Mm-hmm.
6,000 here, 6,000 taken. To this day, I still can't figure that out. Other than, was he trying to further the account to, I feel like it was his lifeline, is my thought on it.
Okay.
Points, I can do it for points. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But.
All right, so she found out, she had the thing on December 20th
Mm-hmm.
and called you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, was Bryon still around at that time?
Bryon was gone. He was missing on the 16th.
On the 16th.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So this would have been her probably first time receiving with my name on it.
Okay. Did you ever have a conversation with Bryon about American Express or anything else like
that? Yeah. 2 times I would get like an email from American Express, and it wouldn't say like an account. It would just say, your account is coming up or something, or, hey, you purchased 2 gift cards from Gap like around Christmas, and I would always just forward it to him. And I said, why would they have? He goes, I mean, we both have MSN accounts. He's like, I don't know, maybe they're mixed up or something. But I didn't receive like a ton. I mean, probably 5 in my entire life from American Express.
Okay.
So not enough to be like, hold on, this is weird.
So do you have an AE card in your name only?
Oh, I did. Like in 2000 and let's say 5 or something.
That's when it was closed?
Yeah. No, I had it for a while. I might have closed it, and I could find out 2010.
Okay.
So,
and then the emails that you're talking about, when were those? When did you receive those?
One was I know one was on my honeymoon when I received it. It said like, a late payment needs to be, and I was like, what the? So I forwarded to him.
When was that?
Let's say like 4 years ago.
Okay. So after your card had been closed? Your own personal card?
Yes. My own personal cards have been closed. That's why not even thinking twice when you get the email, you're like, it never stated, here's your balance. This is what's going. It never even said the card name is in, like, any of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It was just, I have DJM259 at MSN. He's B. Macron at MSN.
Okay.
So.
All right. So then you would just forward the stuff. So you knew that he had some kind of an AE card?
Because I knew I was receiving something, and he'd call, oh man, it was always a simple, but not every month. I mean, so sporadically that it never was, is this in my name?
Mm-hmm.
That kind of thing. So.
Okay. But you knew he had, at the very least, he had his own AE card.
Yes.
Okay.
Because even at one point, I was in college from 98 to 2002. I know I signed up for like an American Express card so I could have a Cleveland Indians hat. So I know I had one at that point. But if you just even never would use it, but then would pay. I mean.
Yeah, you never ran up about it.
Yeah, I never thought about this as a. Yeah. And I would have never thought that he was. I don't know what the heck he's purchasing.
Well, we'll get into that. Okay. All right. So you said about maybe 4 years ago, just roughly.
Yeah.
Is when you would receive the email.
So I received one, and then if anything else, it would always be around the Christmas time where it says you purchased these. I'm gonna call them Gap or Old Navy gift cards. So I don't know if he was maybe using the points at that point and forward, but those were like the only 2 times I would get a late bill. Probably once, and then congratulations, your purchase of this is coming your way.
Okay.
And I'd be like, forward right to him.
All right. Did you ever sign something with American Express with Bryon attached to it on the account?
No, that's why it was like the account itself, I don't believe in. That's why I'm claiming that it was fraud.
Mm-hmm.
But even like on the two that I did, yeah, one was probably at a Cleveland Browns game, and I don't even know when I signed up for the other one.
Okay.
But
all right, because what I have to do is we have to order the opening account records.
And I asked for that, and they were like, "No, we can't send it to." I don't even know the account number. That was the problem. I'm telling you, just look at every payment, But I'm dealing with American Express, so they're like, no. So
yeah, and like I said, again, I don't want to offend you or anything like that. I'm just, we have to. This is the process we have to do, especially for a balance like this.
Well, that was it. I was like, if it was 10,000, whatever, paid off, move on. But I'm like, this is a little ridiculous.
Yeah.
But like his wife knew of the American Express card. I don't think she knew that it was in my name.
Okay.
Because I think he was a co-signer, so he had his own card with his own name on it.
Yeah.
So that's what I think they were using.
How did you find that out?
When I was talking to her, she was like, she said, he has an American Express. Well, we would use it at Target. It was a legit, they were really using it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, but I believe it was always his name on the card.
Okay.
I don't even think, Victoria wouldn't even probably use my name. Okay. And I don't think he did. One would think if you use an American Express card with your name, and I'm like, somebody would look?
Mm-mm. No. Nope. Nope. Because
I'm like,
just on a side note, we had two guys over here at Kroger that had two credit cards that were stolen from Massachusetts, and they racked up $28,000 on them buying gift cards. So yeah, I mean, no one asks.
Yeah, I guess if you go into those self.
Yeah, no one cares. Even if you buy $1,000, no one cares. God. Yeah. All right. So, you never had an AE card with your name on it pertaining to that account.
No.
Never used it or anything else like that. Okay. No idea when the account was opened?
2002, I believe.
In 2002?
Yeah.
All right. How'd you find that out? Through AE?
American Express told me.
All right. Now, when you talk to Medina County, they, like I said, I talked to them yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
They said that they were kind of taken off with one of the comments that you made to them. When they told you what the balance was, you said something along the lines of, well, I guess I should just pay that off.
Well, I feel like I'm going to have to pay it off.
Okay.
So I don't want to.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like I'm going to have to. I mean, I have an attorney that I even said, to me, it's if this is what he left me this. I'm going to take care of it. We're going to move on. I don't want to pay $57,000, but.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if
I'm not excited.
I know, but if he legitimately did it without your consent, then why would you feel responsible for paying it?
At this point right now, I mean, I have you guys, I have American Express, the attorney. If it buckles down and this is what it comes out to,
okay.
I feel like I have to. I'm not going to screw someone. I'm not going to file bankruptcy over this. I left a note in my brother's coffin. I said, I'm not mad at you for doing this, but it sucked. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I told my wife, we'll deal with it. I don't want it to affect my credit for years. I mean, this is, and not that I have $57,000 in the bank, just that I'm going to write a check.
Yeah.
But
no, I get it.
I told her, I'm like, we'll do something.
Yeah.
And even Victoria is willing to make payments. We're all said, we'll take care of this. We're not going to screw everybody over, but I don't want to be a Debbie, but I don't feel like I owe. Mm-hmm. So, and if I paid, I would have Victoria pay me back. Yeah. So.
Are there any other accounts that you know of that's similar to?
No, I asked her, and she said she didn't know of any. She had like a $2,000 something here, and there were like 2 liens against a house, but they were like so minimal, $400.
Like a HOA or something, or?
No, these were like one was a Macy's card.
Okay.
And these were like just kind of dumb, but I think they were liens against the house. So
Okay.
that's,
All right.
and I don't really like, I mean, I know Victoria. I don't ever get into their finances.
Yeah.
But we did sit down and do a financial because she's living without outside their means. They've been doing it for years. So
Did he have a job?
yeah, he sold, he was like a diamond something, let's say a national manager for diamonds. So he was in jewelry his whole life.
Okay.
But the problem is he also did was like a trustee. So that was like $800.
Mm-hmm.
You put those two together, but he's got 3 girls. Their house isn't extravagant.
Mm-hmm.
They're not, but they're driving like, Equinoxes.
Okay.
But their car payments are like $700. I have no idea how you can get a car payment on an Equinox for $700.
Mm-hmm.
They're not brand new. They're got 100,000 miles on them.
Really?
So I don't know how they spend money. But when we sat down, my wife's like really good with spreadsheets, and Vicky's like, okay, this, and this. Oh, that would have been his payment or his salary.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then you have this, and
Yep.
she's like, huh,
Always in the red?
pretty much.
Yeah.
And it's the small things, the things that they don't need. You know, they were at a country club. I don't know if they get the country club for free because he's a trustee, and I don't know.
Okay.
But they swim. But swimming, you still got to spend money on food. And then you go to, that's 5 people you're buying a lunch for.
Mm-hmm.
That's $100 a pop. I live with my wife, and we don't spend, like, for us to spend that would be like, oh yeah, let's just,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's the lifestyle. We opened her eyes to it. She was like, oh my, like, you're hearing that. You're like, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
And according to Vicky, she never received any kind of letters or anything else from AU before. It was just this.
No, when she opened it up, she had a shock on her. I was like, oh God, this isn't good.
Do you think your brother was getting the mail and stuff like that before she did?
I think so. I don't know, like, if they send the bill. I don't know if it was ever, like, a non-paperless and something changed. But when I called American Express, they'd be like, oh, yeah, every payment. I mean, he was making payments. It wasn't, and it was all coming from his mobile device.
Yeah.
So, but small payments, $100 here.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I don't know. So I asked American Express, how does the balance get so large when it's supposed to be paid off? Well, they're not accepting any. Well, what happens is if we see that the person's spending, we extend out some credit to them. Well, at some point you got to say, let's hold off on them. But that's my whole argument with any of this. So.
All right. Has American Express given you anything at all pertaining to this account?
No. Like when I called in, I had them send me invoices or the paperwork, that paperwork. And then I called their fraud department. They sent a letter that stated like 2 weeks ago. I just got it back, or a week ago, and said, we feel that it's an open account.
Okay.
Like,
all right. But you told them, though, that you were claiming that it was part of an ID theft.
mm-hmm.
So they didn't send you anything pertaining to like an affidavit for you to sign saying that it was fraudulent or anything else like that? Nothing.
The only letter they sent me was the one stating we feel like it's a true account.
Okay.
And I was like, okay. So like, that's why I'm like, I got the attorney. I'm like, I don't know. Obviously, I'm not getting anywhere with them.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he does. I don't know.
Okay.
But no, never had a sign, call.
They really?
Yeah.
All right. Well, one thing that we're going to need, and I'm going to give you my card before we leave.
Okay.
But anything that you get from American Express, can you forward that to me?
Yeah.
Just so that we can put it with the report.
Yeah, and I have the letter at my house.
Okay.
Half a mile.
Would you be able to email that to me or something, or?
Yeah, photo of it, and then shoot like email. I can even give it to you.
No, I don't want the original.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll email it to you.
Okay.
I'm right. Smarter than I am with the computer, so.
All right. Okay. Well,
do you have Victoria's address?
And there is stuff in here where it does show that your brother was paying for it. Little bits and pieces here. Did he ever go down to Texas?
See, he traveled all over.
Oh, okay.
So for his job, but the one time, so if he was in Heath, there was one the lady was like, okay, so she's reading this. Okay, in Heath, Ohio, I believe it was Heath or Etna or something. He had a Best Buy for $6,000. Then down the street there was a Target, and then there was something like this. It's like a part-time job.
Yeah.
I don't get it, and I would love to see, was he walking out with merchandise? I just can't fathom what he's doing.
Yeah.
And he had an Equinox. You can't put $6,000 worth of, and then drive around and then return. I don't get it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and that's what I was talking to Medina County about, because there's a lot of different stuff in here that just doesn't make sense.
But it went on for. I talked to the guy from. He's like, I could pull up from July until December. The guy said the same thing. I can't explain to you what's going on.
Yeah.
But they didn't. I don't think they might have sent me from July to December, and I think it went to Victoria, and I think either Victoria has July through December, or if you guys need it, I can get.
Okay. I think that's what I have right here.
Okay.
Because this came from Medina.
Okay.
So this is probably what they got from Victoria.
I've requested one thing from them, and that's what they gave me.
Okay. All right. And then how much money do you think he made a month from doing the jewelry thing?
What did we come? I think take home was like $2,500, and then $800 a month from being a trustee.
Okay.
So.
How long was he a trustee for?
2-3 years.
Really?
And Victoria just started working. So when he became a trustee, I believe he heard of a job, and she works for like the courthouse, but she's on an hourly, so it's not like this.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. So that's why we were explaining to her. We went up 20th. Let's say I'm gonna say January 15th. So it would have been like, say, a month after, where she still believed Bryon was gonna walk through the door, but we did. If he walks through the door, this is how much you guys are making and spending. If he does not walk through the door, you only have I told her to put the house up.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't need that house, but I know, and everybody's like, don't make rash decisions for 1 year. I'm like, I don't know if she's afloat for 1 year. We have fundraisers, so she has more cushion now.
Yeah.
But I don't want her to blow through that cushion and then go, uh-oh.
Okay. Would you just between us, just for I'm just kind of curious what your personal opinion is about what you think happened to your brother?
I would love to know. From what I know and my scenario, he was texted or called. He left the house. His wallet was at the house. That's a tall tale sign that he was going to do something, and he would do anything for the community, the trustees or whatever. I know that he was invited down to the water. His car was perfectly parked in a parking spot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to get in a fight at my office. He is your size, maybe a little bit bigger. That's a big guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to get in a fight at his office. Then drive to the lake, which is 3 miles away from here, when his house is 1 mile away from here. I feel that he was sent to the pond. Something happened there. Ambush. It was a total setup. I guarantee it. I can't guarantee it.
Yeah.
I would love to know what was the text. Who was that text from? If they get the text, they're going to start working obviously back. I don't think he was in his office. I think the office was a setup. Okay. From what we hear, yes, there was blood, and we don't know how much blood. But I have a picture of the steering wheel of the car that was found it's splattered blood. This isn't, I got punched in the nose and it's heavy red blood.
Yeah.
This steering wheel is splattered. And I think something happened in that car.
Do you think, and I'm sure it's entered your head, I'm
Go
just
ahead.
curious.
Everything has entered my head. There's not a scenario that I haven't thought of.
About him staging it to make it look like a homicide when he was going to commit suicide.
No.
No.
My dad brought it up, and my dad said, if this is the way he did it, it's like he saw too many movies then. No, he wasn't. I don't feel. I mean, I knew him pretty well. He loved his wife. He would die. He would die for the kids.
Mm-hmm.
So no.
Do you know about his insurance policy or life insurance?
Yeah, he had a $50,000 at State Farm, and I think there was like, because he was a trustee, I think he got like $10,000 or something.
So it wasn't like millions or anything like that.
So I don't think it's a money. And he was too happy. I saw him. So the Thursday, so he was gone on Thursday going into Friday morning was the day he was missing, was the 16th. That weekend, he drove down to OSU and dropped off her daughter, or like signed her up for OSU.
Mm-hmm.
Called, hey, you in the neighborhood? We have the joke about Yablo's tacos. They're terrible tacos, but he loves them. And I'm like, so ironically, my wife bought him a joke gift card of $10 to a Yablo's tacos. Well, he was like, hey, bring that gift card. Let's. So we did. It was me. And at the moment, I always normally say, no, I'm busy or I'm working. I said, yeah, you know what? I'm in Westerville. I'll meet you at Yablo's. Let's do a quick lunch. And you do that lunch, and you're like, who would have ever thought that our last dinner was at Yablo's Tacos? Mm-hmm. But no, I could, if I was a gambler, I'd put everything I've ever earned on that. No, I don't think he did it for himself.
And okay, and again, I was curious because when I talked to Medina, I specifically asked them not to tell me anything because I don't want to accidentally relay information to you that they didn't want me to have. So.
And what we know, I know a little bit more than the public knows, and I know, but we still don't know. And if it's let them. And to me, Victoria is already like this. Everything is taking too long. We do feel that they botched up big time in the beginning. We've actually heard from them that they botched up in the beginning. They felt that Bryon. This isn't a thing that happens kind of every day. You're like, oh, you know what? He's cheating on his wife, and they said 90% he's alive. He's one state away. And I was like, maybe they're following like him on Facebook, and he's logging in through somebody else's, but watching his own account. So that's why we would send a coded message, meet me at mom's new house or something. Obviously it didn't show, but it's the cemetery. We just lost my mom about a year ago. So you go, okay. And I'm like, no, one would think he would show, but I don't know. I just hope, and to my dad just retired. His only thing in his life right now that he wants is to find out what happened. Good or bad. If Bryon did it to himself and they could prove to us that he did it to himself, I'd be like, okay, it would be a shocker to me, to be honest. I just can't see it. He was Marine. If he was going to do it, he's going to go out in some kind of Marine. He's not going to be floating in a pond.
Yeah. Okay.
Not that Marines kill themselves in some kind of wonderful fashion. I'm just saying, like I saw, what's that? Until I see too many movies.
A Few Good Men.
Yes, thank you. Where they, it's all in blues, but I don't know. I know.
All right. Well, Mr. Macron, is there anything else that you wanted to talk about that I did not cover?
No. I will. Was I supposed to get something from American Express?
Well,
like
if
an affidavit, or because that's my thing. I'm never getting a call from American Express. I'm being so proactive, and they're like, no, we got this is our fraud department's looking at it, and then I got this letter in mail, and it's like 2 sentences.
Yeah.
Are they aware that your brother passed away?
Yeah, I believe so. Most of them, I told them.
Okay.
But then I don't think the second time that I called the fraud department. He seemed like he was doing something. Okay, let me look into this, and that's when I did get a letter. So at least,
We'll keep on top of that then.
yeah.
Contacting them just to, make sure that they're doing some kind of.
And I told them this is at a point where, say, in December it was canceled, so you have December, January, February, March. We're going to be going in the five. I know it's already affecting me, and they're like, well, and I filled out the credit stuff, so that it shows on there, but
Okay.
I don't know.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much for your time.
Hey,
You want me to give him one of my business cards again with your email address?
No, I'll just grab my card.
Okay.
I was going to say I got yours. Yeah, I'll get that to you, and if you need it in a different format or something, I'm thinking we do have a scanner printer thing at our house, so maybe we'll scan it into an email.
Well, if it comes down to it, just
It's like this big, so.
Yeah, fax number's on my business card too. You can fax it.
Oh, okay. We'll get it to you.
Email it.
All right.
Shows you how techy I am. I'm like, thing cards,
Yep, just follow him.
Thank
No
you.
problem. Follow him and stop short, and I'll grab my card real
Okay.
quick, okay?
So I don't take these two interviews lightly. This is Bryon's brother. And before Bryon's body was found, Darren Macron said his brother was alive and teaching a lesson. After Bryon's body was found, he said his brother opened this credit card up without his permission. So 2 interviews, 2 stories, 1 debt that never made sense. And this episode's been long, but if you've made it this far, you've heard exactly what the investigators heard, and maybe, just maybe, you caught what they didn't. I'm Scott Gardner, and this is the Infamous Ex-Chief. Be loud, be heard, shake the system until the truth falls out.